Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. How you doing, man?
I'm doing excellently, Tasteless. Yesterday we had some great matches. Today we conclude the round of 16, and I think it will be remembered as the day that the internet died.
We're going to break the internet today. We got so many awesome games here. Of course, the most exciting game of all will be our final game, Loner against Slayer's Boxer, the best Chinese player against the most well-known StarCraft I Korean professional gamer of all time.
You said it, Tasteless. Nothing I can really add to that. It's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait for it.
Of course, we also have 3 mirror matchups today. We have a ZvZ, a PvP, and a TVT. So today is mirror matchup day at GOMTV. We also have one kind of random TVP thrown in there. Of course, Songho playing, known as TSL Baby Bye Bye.
Terrible ID.
Terrible ID. He wants us to refer to him as Songho. That was actually Smurf ID. Smurfing, of course, when you use another ID so people don't know who you are on the internet. But, of course, we have to use the Battle.net IDs here at the tournament, so he's stuck under that ID. He is, of course, the player who eliminated TLO. Yeah. So he might have a lot of haters out there, but we know a lot of you guys, of course, still do like him. He's a very charming fellow. So let's take a look at the results for day 1 of the round 16.
Keurig Zenith took out Ensnare 2-1 with the most aggressive July Zerg type StarCraft II style that I have ever seen. May he be the new Quanro? I think so. ST Hope Torture, second place from last season, took out Czech Prime in a devastating 2-0. OGS Nada 2-1 over Lenok. Lenok won that first game, and Nada got angry because of it. Everyone needs to watch that matchup. Nada shows us all how to play this game. And then OGS Xenio, with some really great play, took out Hydra.
And for today's games, in the round of 16, we have NesTea duking it out against OGS TheWinD Boxer, not Slayer's Boxer, but just Boxer, against TSL Baby Bye Bye, known as Songho, then OGS Inca against Next Genius, the champion of BlizzCon. And finally, our epic final match for the day, Slayer's Boxer against Loner.
Yeah. Wow. The combined age of today is quite old, I have to say. NesTea and TheWinD, very old school pro gamers. Of course, Boxer, the oldest pro gamer of all.
What is his age?
Boxer? He's like 31.
32 or 31?
Yeah, maybe 30 or 31, I think.
That's like a dinosaur in esports years.
I know it. He is, man. He's from like the Jurassic period or something. But great player nonetheless. So many good games here today. We have the champion, as you said, of BlizzCon, Next Genius, going up against the PvP master, OGS Inca. That is going to be pretty exciting. I can't wait for that matchup. Who's going to win that, Tasteless? I don't know.
I would bet Inca, but then Next Genius played so well at BlizzCon.
Well, Next Genius is sick.
Yeah, he's so good. But Inca, of course, he did PvP his way through GSL Season 1.
Yeah.
Showing a really dynamic play style. He did all sorts of different openers. So you don't know what to expect with guys like this.
Yeah, and I think this will be maybe our first PvP that we've done, you and I at least, in this season. And
yeah, I think
PvP,
so, actually.
I've been hearing a lot that it has changed quite a bit from the Colossus-based play into sometimes we see Phoenixes nowadays and Immortals more so. So
crazy.
I'm excited to see how that goes. We'll just have to.
You know, it's funny. PvP has been expanding more and more.
All the mirrors really have. Yeah. Like ZvZ, as you guys saw yesterday, there are a lot of strategies, and those aren't even, that out there. I see all of those strategies that we saw yesterday quite often. Of course, in the first game, it was a little bit more out there.
Yes.
That Hydra strategy is kind of something I've only seen myself do, and Xenio's strategy was actually a really refined version of that strategy, which only appears on the Korean server.
He executed that so well.
Yeah.
He definitely deserves a win. Of course, we're sad Hydra's out of the tournament because he's my little nerd, but there will always be Season 3 of the GSL.
That is right. And a little bit of clarification for everyone out there about Code S, Code A, Code B. I was talking to them today about it. There's going to be 32 players in Code S, 32 players in Code A, and then everyone else is going to be Code B, I guess. Or there might be something below Code B. I'm not completely sure. But it's going to be point-based.
It's like Code
cumulative amongst the different 3 first GSLs.
Yeah, they have some system where they add up how far you got.
Yeah, so most likely
lost to, and
most likely Hydra will be in Code S.
As long as he does well in Season 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure if TLO will. I think he has to have some sort of showing next season, then he should be fine. Yeah, so we'll just have to see. I mean, it's going to matter how people do next season as well, but 32 in that top division.
So let's we're gonna get this going in just a minute here, guys. The game's gonna start. Let's get ready to take a glance at our two Gosus.
There they are. On the left, we have NesTea, a.k.a. Zergbong. He won against Han Ji-young and OGS MC. That was quite an upset, but, you know, Jung Min-chul really didn't play that well against NesTea, and he really punished him for that. And then we have TheWinD from OGS. Took out Love Rip and Maca Prime, who also didn't play all that well. We really saw some mistakes from their opponents last time, and these guys being StarCraft I professionals, they knew how to capitalize and take the games home.
No more Macaraxes from Maca this time.
Well,
perhaps his legacy will live on. Let's take a look at the maps for today. The first map's going to be Blistering Sands. Second map, Delta Quadrant. Finally, we're going to have our third map on Metalopolis.
All right, well, it's ZvZ. So these are actually interesting maps for the matchup. Metalopolis has 3 distinct ways it plays out depending upon where you spawn. Delta Quadrant, a lot of interesting strategies can happen there because of the natural in the back and how close the naturals in the front are. Blistering Sands, of course, 2 entrances, so some interesting ZvZs coming up here for us today.
As you guys can see, so many amazing sponsors here at the tournament. Special thanks to our main sponsor, Sony Ericsson. Without you guys, we wouldn't have this awesome event. We wouldn't have such a cool prize pool and everything. And, of course, Blizzard. Everybody at home that's watching, we love you guys. We love StarCraft II, and it's so great to be here today. We've come so far. It's so funny, you know, we cast so many games here to see how rapidly we move through this tournament.
I know. It just flies by. Like, the round of 64 seems long, and then suddenly here we are at the end of the round of 16. It's like, really? That fast? But, yeah, and that actually keeps it really exciting for me because it's suddenly we are into this really elite stage where it's all amazing games. You know, it's the smallest mistakes that cost the game, but it's time to start Tasteless, and I'm excited. I'm ready for it. I don't want to talk anymore.
Let's get ready.
We've been having some yellow Zergs in ZvZ lately.
Yellow Zergs, there's probably a good reason for that. I guess blue is probably hard to see against the creep. That's my bet. Oh. Over here in the red, that's my guess. I don't know if that's for sure, but that makes sense to me.
I guess it depends how high your graphics are.
We have over here.
Good save, Tasteless.
Got your back, Artosis. Down here at the bottom left, old school Zerg player, a member of the team OGS. He's here playing StarCraft II. His name is none other than
OGS TheWinD.
Awesome.
Cheer from the audience.
Yeah, that's actually great because every single match in StarCraft I has had that for a long time, and now it's starting to happen every single day here at the GOMTV studio. So really, we are seeing Korea sort of transition into StarCraft II.
Yeah, for sure. Very cool. And the map is Blistering Sands. Your entrance, as you can see right over here, assuming you're the yellow Zerg, OGS TheWinD. But there's a back entrance over here with the destructible rocks.
Yep.
You can tear down these rocks, and suddenly there are 2 openings. So, you know, aggressive players tend to want to attack these rocks early on so they can counterattack their opponent into the main very easily.
That's right. You know, that's one problem with going Roach here. The Zerglings can go ahead and outmaneuver you by killing those rocks off. Ooh, we have quite a quick pull, and guys are there by OGS TheWinD. This is probably going to mean just a really fast Baneling build. And if he goes ahead and makes a hatchery, I feel like TheWinD is going to be in a very good position. He's going to be quite happy to see that. If he goes straight into Banelings, it's going to be almost impossible to hold that expansion for NesTea.
So OGS win with a quick Baneling build. Seems to hard counter the opener that we see NesTea has chosen. NesTea kind of going for an economy-based opener. On the other hand, OGS TheWinD essentially going for a rush. Now, he doesn't know exactly what his opponent's doing, but he's guessing that a player like NesTea would go for an econ opener, and he has predicted correctly.
Bam! There we have it, making 6 Zerglings and the Baneling nest. In the meantime, NesTea's spawning pool about halfway done. I mean, he would be able to defend the Zerglings, but the fact of the matter is, when he has 6 Banelings this early, there's not going to be a Spine Crawler up, and that's really what you need against a build like this. You need a Spine Crawler to pick off those Banes, because you really have nothing else that's going to be able to do it this early in the game.
The pool isn't even complete, yet we have 6 Lings on the way.
And I think he's just going to turn them into Banes right around the middle of the map.
Yep.
Wow, this is not what NesTea wants to see.
NesTea sees him now, as you can see.
Will he go Banes?
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Uh-oh, in your
5
face.
Banes. 5. That's it was 4 and then turned into 5.
Roach Warren on the way.
Yep.
He may have to sack this.
Yeah, the expansion he really should give up. If he tries too hard to defend it, it's not going to work out. All right,
Lings are out.
And, all right.
Nice job
killed
there.
a couple of them. That's good. But the thing is,
go
all
for
you
the
need
drones
is,
over here.
you need 2 Banes. And nice moves there by NesTea, but here come the 2 Banelings. Splitting up his drones as best he can. And, wow, kills quite a few right there. Now, moving this Baneling out of the base. May want to... just meeting up with the Zerglings, I guess. Kind of interesting. Waiting for the drones to go back to mine. Ah, here come 2 more Banes. And Roaches are out.
Nice snipe there by NesTea.
That's right. Now, he's lost a lot of drones. Bam! And, wow, there's a lot of damaged drones there. Let's take a look at this unit counting station. For NesTea, we are down to 7 drones. TheWinD, he is still sitting nice up at 12. Trying to sneak some Zerglings in here because there's so many one-hitted drones. Will he be able to kill some?
He's taking a peek. He wants to see if his opponent is continuing to make drones.
Oh, and he does not kill any. So right now, NesTea is recovering quite well. He's got those Roaches up. And, well, smart move here by TheWinD, getting Zergling's speed and droning up a little bit. Yeah, see, that's the problem with going Roach. You can kill those rocks, and it's quite hard for Roach to defend against that.
Now, with the Roach at range 4, can it actually shoot over the rock? I haven't actually tested that.
You know, it never could at range 3, and I haven't tried it since the new patch, actually.
I was just wondering, maybe you could put one here and actually get... I don't think you could cover everything. Maybe only these 2 Lings here would do it. I kind of want to go home and test that out now. I'm a bit curious.
But even if he can hit them, it's pretty hard because you have to split your Roaches between 2 very far away positions. And Zerglings aren't that bad against Roaches ever since they only have 1 armor nowadays. So we are going to have to see. Look, he wants to go out there with his Roaches, but as soon as speed finishes, the run-by is inevitable. Here he goes. He's gone. Speed is done. And will we see a run-by? Here the wind goes. And that is the problem with Roaches on this map. They are so slow. It's a long distance. And beautiful block there at the ramp by NesTea.
Gonna go for the Queen. He will get the Queen, but not much else. Not worth it whatsoever.
You know, that Queen is gone. The Roaches are back. And now there's not going to be a Queen to block that ramp. So once again, he goes for the rocks. And if he gets enough Zerglings, he can actually surround the Roaches. So he's got to be careful. What if he's hiding some extra Zerglings out there? You really only need about 6 more Zerglings to that group, and you'll kill that Roach group.
Morlings on the way. Drone going to the expansion.
Expanding behind it as well. I very much like this play by TheWinD. And as we just saw in his main, he's not mining gas anymore, really focusing on his mineral economy.
Going over to this idle drone, or not idle drone, but lone drone, takes that out, knowing that the Roaches can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah, right now, NesTea, he's not in a great position, especially with those rocks going down. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Not going to be able to defend every area at once. And here's some go into the main. Is he going to flank these Roaches? Looks like he's going to. Only 3 Roaches on the ramp. They are gone. TheWinD is going to pick up a huge lead here, killing these Roaches. Wow, that is not easy for NesTea to replenish.
As you can see, the Lings splitting up.
Checking where the Roaches are. Now some Lings into the main base. Queen not going to be able to defend all these drones.
Takes that one drone. Meanwhile, down here at the hatchery, taking on the hatchery. And he could take it out actually pretty easy here. Once again with a counterattack. Our red Roaches from NesTea moving southward. Meanwhile, the main attack again.
Really nice multitasking here by TheWinD. Using that creep spread really very much in his favor.
Ooh.
And yeah, look at that. Making some
Very
Banelings.
nice.
Run those into the
Does
drones.
he see that?
And
no, he's not. It's out of vision.
so right now, basically, TheWinD is just running him around while getting an expansion up. Things are looking very good for TheWinD. And at the same time, he's transitioning into Roach back home, as we see on the production tab. So he is just looking better and better all the time. A lot of Speedlings out.
Nice
and he
defense.
loses so many to those.
The hatchery's under attack again. He could lose this.
Yeah, NesTea, this is not a good position to be in. Here come the roaches again. He's going to have to run away with those Zerglings, trying to kill some Zerglings of NesTea. Now the unit count's going to be very important. We see right now, TheWinD, he has 6 roaches out against 11 of his opponents, but he's keeping him so busy with these speedling harassments that he's going to be able to get just simply more roaches out because he has more drones.
Pretty good defense so far here from NesTea, but he has still suffered some losses. Over here in his main, we see, indeed, he is going for roaches. Whoops, excuse me, he is going for roaches. Nice surround here. We could have a counterattack, actually, here from NesTea. NesTea's not comfortable allowing this game to go any further. He has to seize this opportunity here. Sending a ton of units down here. If he wins with this counterattack, the game is over.
But the count right now, 11 roaches against 11 roaches. There are 27 speedlings, but he does have 2 Banes, so he's got to be careful here. And just a few Zerglings attacking the front of those roaches. That is a good way to do it. But here come the Banes. And wow, it looks like NesTea's doing a decent job, but more roaches popping out for the win. And I cannot see NesTea actually breaking through here.
He did chase him up the ramp.
That's right, but we have more roaches being made by TheWinD. Good attacks here with the speedlings, though. NesTea, he's putting on a lot of pressure, and unless a bunch of roaches pop out pretty quick, some speedlings as well to try to help out. NesTea's attack, it is pretty powerful.
Could this actually win the game? I think it is. All this harassment, but it looks like TheWinD has overextended himself.
He's got a lot of Zerglings popping out, but this is not a good area to engage, bringing his drones out at this point.
Drone's getting pretty low. Roaches, though, still alive.
This is a very nice timing.
That's going to be GG. TheWinD actually was defeated with an unbelievable counterattack.
Yeah, that was really good, man. The way he switched, that was a good counterattack by NesTea.
I can't believe how good that counterattack was.
TheWinD basically outplayed NesTea all game long, and on this one, split hair timing, he rallied in pure speedling from 2 hatches with 1 queen into his roach army, and therefore was able to barely overpower. I can't tell you how close TheWinD was to actually holding it. Suddenly, it just switched in NesTea's favor because of those Zerglings hitting the front. The Baneling micro wasn't quite there. He did have 2 Banelings to try to help with that, but realistically should have retreated up his ramp for just a moment, reinforced, and TheWinD could have taken it.
He was too stuck on the idea that I'm going to kill him off now, instead of saying I'm going to get the advantage, then I'm going to come back and play it safe. Basically what you said. I have to say, though, TheWinD handled that very well up until that last attack.
Yeah, he was.
There was a period where the Lings got trapped, and it was like, well, now I think you're going to lose. But, NesTea's defense was solid. I didn't think the counterattack was going to work, to be honest, but it did.
The numbers told the story of TheWinD winning, but he reinforced with so many speedlings so quickly, and TheWinD just did not produce as quickly as he should have. Really, quite a match right there, to be honest. NesTea, he just wins by a razor-thin margin. I'm sure TheWinD knows that. We're going to have another great ZvZ here in just a moment on Delta Quadrant.
It's going to be pretty sick. Delta Quadrant is a very different map. Very hard to defend your expansion. If you take the natural that's outside your base, if you take the natural inside your base, that can be a different story. Let's get ready.